Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 31 Media podcast. My name is Vaishnavi Nashte. I'm the marketing and PR manager here at 31 Media. Today, we have the pleasure of talking to Chandri Krishnan, who is the engineering lead at Meta. He has had over 20 years of experience building software systems for a wide variety of businesses across three countries. Currently, he's an engineering leader at Meta and he's working on data privacy and compliance. In the past, he has also built consumer products for Just Eat, Takeaway, and Expedia. We are very glad to have you here, Chandri. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Vaishnavi. Glad to be here.
Amazing. So I know you're a judge at the DevOps Award, the National DevOps Conference and Awards that's coming up. I'm curious, like, what has made you passionate about, software development, engineering, and the entire space of DevOps in general?
Yeah. I mean, I've been like an engineering leader for like nearly like 20 years, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Um, with the software engineering field, I think the impact you can have on like millions and billions of people, like a positive impact, is really huge. And I very much like that aspect of it. So I've
Yeah.
been working in like travel industry, for example, food delivery, and now like Meta social networks and everything. So
Mhm.
that is like quite huge, and I very much like it. And the
Yeah.
second aspect I like about software engineering in general is like how much it changes. So it doesn't
Mhm.
change constant at all. So even in the last 10, 15
Yeah.
years, is the amount of change it has happened, like agile development or mobile
Yeah.
development or
Yeah.
cloud, blockchain, now generative AI. It's a
Constantly
constant.
evolving. Yeah,
Exactly.
there's like
Yeah,
every single day is like a learning opportunity, isn't it? It never
exactly.
stops.
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah.
you've been a part of the community for such a long period of time. How did you come to know about the National DevOps Conference and Awards?
Yeah, it was couple of years ago.
Mm,
So in 21, I think, one of my ex-colleagues told me about this awards and contacted me about like if you wanted to be a judge in this. That's how I knew about it. So I'm not a natural public speaker. I tend to like shy away, go away, run away from these opportunities.
yeah.
But I just decided to just give it a shot. Just
Mm,
give it it's just like, okay, let's see what it is about. And I really enjoyed that experience. I got to meet with like so many new people in the community and also like big leaders in the space and learned so much about software development and DevOps.
yeah.
So it was a really good learning experience for me. So I enjoyed
Hmm.
it and I just kept coming back. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's part of it.
Amazing. And then how was your transition from being a speaker to now being like a judge for the awards?
Um, yeah, I mean, I think it just grew like in like happened gradually over a period of
Yeah.
time. I think
Yeah.
like given like talks about it in the space a few times, and
Yeah.
this like being an award like a judge for this
Mm-hmm.
awarding process,
Mm-hmm.
it just happened
Yeah.
just by transition naturally, I think.
Yeah, that's amazing. And out of curiosity, like how long have you been a judge for the DevOps Awards?
I'd say 3 years.
Okay, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
amazing. And since you've been a part of the DevOps Awards for 3 years now, you must have seen like a lot of different entries and you must have met a lot of people as well in the community. Why do you think, from your perspective, that it's important to enter these awards in the first place? And how do you think it even benefits the participants?
Yeah. So I think what people like it doesn't come obvious to people is um, with software we are never done. So it's a
Mm,
continuous process. So you build a software, you release it, and then you keep iterating over it. You build newer stuff, you fix, you maintain. It's just continuous over time till you die. Basically, it's a bit depressing to think about it.
mm,
Um, but these are like award ceremony like these is a good opportunity to just like, okay, take a pause, reflect on what you have done,
mm,
celebrate your achievements, celebrate your successes,
mm,
and um, just share it with rest of the people and actually learn from others, I think. So
Yeah.
I feel like, I as a leader, I don't do it enough with my teams. And like it's pretty much with the other leaders as well. We don't
Hmm.
celebrate successes well enough. So it's like just keeps on going. It's like feels like a
Yeah.
grind. So yeah, that's the main thing I would say. Just like a
Yeah.
moment, to just like reflect on what you have
Hmm.
achieved. It's a lot
Yeah.
if you sit and think about it. So that would be the main thing I would say for people.
Yeah. Have you noticed, like, even when with the networking opportunities that you get at these award ceremonies, you sort of like get to learn about these different projects, right, that are doing well in the industry right now. Do you have like an opinion on how the benefits are coming across to the participants for it as well?
Yeah, absolutely. That was the second thing I started saying about these awards, which
Mm.
is like learning from others,
Yeah.
learning from other people. Um, because I mean, there are many ways to skin a cat, right? So.
Mm.
But it is I think just by when you talk about something, you understand what you've done a bit better and you can articulate it a bit better. And when you do that to the rest of the community, I think other people can learn from it and who are in a very similar situation, who are going through the same problems or in a growth
Yeah.
place where you are at like a year ago, it benefits
Mm.
them as well. So they
Mm.
can incorporate some of your ideas, maybe put a different twist, and then they can come back a year later and share what they've done. So
Mm.
um, I think it's a very process like the community. It's like you belong to a community, you feel part of it. It
Yeah.
actually
Mm.
empowers everyone as part of this, basically.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, that was exactly my perspective as well. And because you've been throughout this journey for like 3 years now, right? How, like, you might have come across like hundreds of different entries. Has there been like a particular entry that has really stood out to you, and why?
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think have been quite a few entries that are,
Mm.
I mean, quite a lot of entries really good because the awards has grown in stature over the
Yeah.
years. And I have like seen like quite really strong entries, and it's really hard to pick between them because they're all
Mm.
quite strong in their own way.
Mm.
There are like a few that really stick to my mind if I just need to brainstorm now. There was one
Mm.
like especially like in 2021, was essentially like a brick and mortars, like a very well known UK household company, and they were
Mm.
going through the digital transformation, and this entry
Mm.
was about that, how they went about it. And
Mm.
just the journey from where they were, like the start of
Mm.
it was going on in the background for like a year, and then COVID hit and everything stopped, and they
Yeah.
said, okay,
Yeah.
digital platform is like where they're going. So they decided
Mm.
to invest quite a lot there. And essentially their plan to release just like got shrunk and they just had to double down and release it,
Mm.
the
Mm.
platform and offering. So, and the way they went about it in terms of, thinking about it in terms of from putting the consumers first and releasing and iterating and then like adding more over the period of time and just learning.
Yeah.
So it was like a really, really good one. And it
Yeah.
had a really big business impact as well,
Mm.
because of
Mm.
what they've done, basically.
Amazing. And would you say that, like, what are the suggestions that you would give to our participants when, they're trying to build like a winning entry for the award?
Oh, yeah, sure. I can say a few things. So I'd say first is really think about the story, right? So I think that's what quite a lot of times people tend to miss it. So a story in the sense, start with the problem of like
Mm.
why they are doing this and the
Mm.
problem of well, why did they even start doing that and what was supposed to achieve. Explain that to someone who doesn't have any context, right?
Mm.
So that is very, very hard, but invest time on it. The why needs to be very clear.
Mhm.
And then start thinking about the product, right? So like, what they built and,
Yeah.
maybe think about the milestones and the way they built it. And finally, when it was launched, the impact, basically, how it was all, like was it successful or any challenges they faced initially and they went about it. So any dashboard. So essentially, those are the three things. Just think about the
Mm,
story first, write it
mm,
down, and like do that.
mm.
The other thing I would say is like be brief as well. You don't need like 100 pages of writing it down. It's not a thesis.
Yeah.
Um, this is being read by judges who are, like this is like very uh, like time constrained manner.
Yeah.
So you make an impact in a very short. So be brief, but don't use a lot of buzzwords or jargon or anything.
Mm,
Um, be brief, stick to the point, and be
yeah.
very clear. And essentially like have it reviewed by some of your peers and like get it done. I think those are things I would just give to people.
Yeah. That's really insightful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And lastly, I mean, I want to ask, have you seen like the award entries evolving across like the 3 years now? And if yes, how, what do you predict is going to be like this year?
Yeah, I've definitely been seeing more and more entries come through.
Yeah.
So I mean, as it getting uh, like the traction in the industry. So
Mm,
that's always a good thing. More entries, and then I guess which means the quantity is high, but I also seen the quality go high as well.
mm, mm, mm.
In terms of the impact that I've been seeing is it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
And then the industry has changed as well. Like this Gen AI, that's a buzzword everyone is
Yeah.
talking about. So I would expect to see more of that in the real world
Mm,
and
mm.
see how that is impacting positively, like this
Yeah.
industry basically. So I would expect to see more of them coming through this year than last year.
Yeah. Amazing. And lastly, would you like to give any last message to our audience who are looking to participate into the awards this year?
Um, yeah, I mean, I think it's a really wonderful opportunity.
Yeah.
Just do it. Take your time and enjoy it. And sometimes it might feel like a grind, but like with everything in life, you put some effort, and finally you're gonna like
Mm.
feel happy that you've done it. So I'm like definitely go for it would be my message.
Yeah. Amazing. Thank you so much, Chandri. This was like really insightful. Thank you so much for taking the time out and being on the 31 Media podcast.
No problem. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Vaishnavi.
Amazing.